Jeff Patterson with Province Hockey writer Ben Kuzma. It is the offseason, obviously. A lot of anticipation about what the Vancouver Canucks are going to do. The draft lottery is going to have a lot of say in that, Kuz, and then on to the draft in late June. And here at the Province and Province Sports started a new feature on Sunday in the Sunday paper. Kind of no secrets here. It's called The Fives, and we'll look at different aspects of the Vancouver Canucks in segments of 5. And this week, it makes sense with the draft lottery, sort of a complement to what's going on Saturday in Sunday's paper. You're going to look at the 5 best and 5 worst Canuck draft picks of the last dozen or so years, the modern era.
Absolutely, Jeff. We all know about Trevor Linden. We know about the Sedins in 1999. I thought it might be an interesting project to look at the 5 best and 5 worst drafts since 2000, maybe about the last 11 or 12 years, Jeff, because it's really not fair to analyze the last 3 drafts. So there's going to be a lot of room for interpretation there. When you think of some of the best drafts, you think of guys like Corey Schneider, you think of guys like Ryan Kessler, and when you think of some of the guys who didn't quite cut it, you think of that 07 draft, Patrick White, Taylor Ellington, who never played a single game in the NHL. So we're going to have a lot of fun with that.
Don't make me think of that 2007 draft. What's the criteria you're working off, though? Is it guys that became the best players that were drafted by the Canucks, or is it where they were drafting based on who was available in those sort of that slot?
I think it's a little bit of a mixed bag. When you look at Corey Schneider and Ryan Kessler as first-round picks, they obviously delivered. But then again, you look at Jannik Hansen, a 9th-round pick. There were 9 rounds once. Who's delivered a long career and has that great value to the team. I think he merits consideration because that was a smart pick. So it's going to be a little bit of both.
And then on the bad side, you mentioned the 07, it was a complete write-off. Obviously, there was that dark period, basically, from 2007 to 2010, so really shouldn't be too difficult, I would think, to come up with some selections from that era.
Yeah, you think of a guy like Jordan Schrader. I mean, when all those teams passed on him, was that a good pick or a bad pick? A guy, to his credit, he's still in the NHL. He's up and down. He's trying to find his place in the league. You can look at Cody Hodgson. Was it a bad pick or was he mismanaged here? He had 16 goals and he was traded. I don't think the coach really liked him that much. So, going to give you a lot to chew on there.
And the cutoff again, you figuring this is sort of the last 3 years. It's still the jury's still out on.
Yeah, it's a pretty exciting class when you look. I mean, this organization, for all the hits it's taken, Jeff, has really done its homework in the last few years. But I don't think the body of work is there yet. Let's get these kids out of their entry-level deals, and trust me, we'll take a harder look at them down the road.
Well, look at this. They've got logos to go along to accompany your feature. It's called The Fives. It's going to happen here in Province Sports throughout the offseason leading up to the draft itself. But this weekend, it's all about the draft lottery.